tell me the very first thing that you see on the surface, or the very first impression that you have as you find yourself on the surface.
I don't see anything.
Okay. And what is it that you're sensing now?
The only thing I would sense that I was a large, powerful being.
Okay. And can you describe yourself a little bit more?
Tall, thick, powerful, and wise.
Can you look down and tell me if you can see your feet?
I feel like they're large feet, bare feet.
Become aware of your body and tell me if you're wearing anything on your body.
Maybe a robe.
And can you notice the color of the robe?
White.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else on your body?
Just my scepter.
Okay. And what is the scepter made out of?
Ivory.
Okay. Are you in a male or a female body?
Definitely male.
Are you young or old?
Middle-aged.
And what age is that approximately?
40s.
Okay. Are you healthy or ill?
Very healthy.
Okay. And I want you to just become aware of what is around you.
My village.
And is that right next to you, or are you inside the village?
I'm looking at it from the beach.
Okay. And can you describe what you see?
Huts, elevated.
How are they elevated?
Bamboo.
Are they on the beach?
Yes.
Okay. And what do the huts look like?
Somewhat primitive. Bamboo tops with fronds for a roof.
What is your role in the village?
King. Warrior king.
And are you aware where you are right now? What do you call your land or your people?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Are you aware of your name? You can perhaps hear yourself being called.
Gouda?
Okay. Tell me if you have a family.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. So tell me about your role as a warrior king. What do you do for your people? How do you serve them?
Make sure they're safe from the evil ones.
And who are the evil ones?
Other tribes. I don't have fear of them.
Why do you not have fear?
Because I know I have more strength and wisdom. I can outthink them.
Where does your wisdom come from?
God.
And how do you connect with God?
Through my mind.
How big is your tribe?
I don't know. Maybe 100 people.
Okay. So I'd like you to become aware why you're standing there on the beach right now.
Just basking in the goodness of what I've done.
Mm-hmm. And what time of day is it now?
It's night.
What is it that you've done? Is there something specific or just sort of your life accomplishment?
I've led my people to peace, and they respect me and love me.
And is that something that happened recently?
Just the life of a warrior.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think other tribes try to fight you?
Jealousy.
What are they jealous of?
Power.
Your power or your
Yes.
tribe's power? And how do they try to take it away?
They've tried to battle me in the past, but they've failed.
Describe one of the encounters that you've had with them.
Swords, hand-to-hand combat.
And do you have swords as well?
I did.
Who makes the swords for you?
We make them.
Okay. And what do you make them out of?
Metal.
Where do you get the metal?
I don't know.
Okay. On the count of 3, you will see yourself standing in front of a place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. Describe it to me, please.
It's the largest of the huts.
Does it have about the same shape?
Much bigger. 2-story. On the beach. And all the other villagers are around me. I can see them and protect them from my vantage point.
So are you in the center?
Yes.
Okay. So if they are around you, how do you protect them? Wouldn't the evil ones come from the outside?
They know that I'm the warrior.
Your hut is elevated as well?
Yes.
How do you get into the hut?
A ladder.
So I'd like you to climb that ladder and then tell me what you see when you get up there.
It's open air that's covered by a roof. We sit on the floor on dried plants, animal skins.
Mm-hmm. Or what type of animals?
Maybe deer, the deer family.
Okay. And what else do you see there?
A little fire pit.
Who lives in this 2-story hut with you? Do you see anybody else there now?
No.
I'd like you then to climb to the 2nd level of the hut and tell me what you see there.
It's where I sleep.
Mm-hmm. And what do you sleep on?
Animal skins.
Okay. And so I want you to become aware again of what you're wearing. Do you sense the same thing you saw before?
That's what I wear in the day. I just wear something around my waist at night.
So the robe during the day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so is there anything else on that 2nd level?
I don't think so.
Okay. And so is it always warm there?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like you to become aware of a time, if there was such a time, when somebody else resided with you in that hut.
I had a wife.
What happened to her?
She was taken by the other tribe and killed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you describe her to me?
Beautiful.
what did she look like?
I don't know.
Okay. And did you get to spend much time with her before she was taken?
Yes.
And did you have any children?
Yes.
And where are they now?
They died.
How?
They were taken.
So they were all taken together?
Yes.
Is that why you call them the evil ones?
Yes.
And
This is why I'm the warrior.
I see. Do you know why they took your wife and your children?
They were beautiful.
How many children did you have?
2.
And when you found out that they were taken, what did you do?
Hunted them and killed them.
But by then, your wife and children...
Were gone.
And how did you live through that experience?
I turned my rage on them. Myself and a couple of the other men destroyed them. We now live in peace, and I gained the respect of my people.
And how long ago was this?
5 years.
And when you destroyed them, did you destroy the entire tribe,
Yes.
including women and children?
The women and children we brought back.
And what did you do with them?
Made them part of our tribe.
Are they equal members or are they servants?
They're equal.
And how do they feel about being part of your tribe?
They love us. They saw the evil of their men. They were brutal, and they met a brutal end.
Right. I'm sorry about the loss of your wife and children. Have you since wanted to find another relationship, or do you wish to stay by yourself?
At this point, by myself.
Okay. And are you content with your life?
Yes.
Good. So on the count of 3, I'd like you to imagine that you're having a meal. 1, 2, and 3. See yourself having a meal and describe to me what you see, please.
We're cooking fish over the campfire by the beach. We're eating that and eating vegetables. There's dancing.
And who's doing the cooking?
Women.
Okay. What are the men doing?
Looking at the kids running and playing, and they're enjoying the family atmosphere because they no longer have to live in fear.
So tell me more about the meal. Who caught the fish?
The men.
And how...
Canoes.
Do you go fishing every day?
Many days.
And when you go fishing, do you know which spots to go, or do you get guidance on where to fish that day?
We know the places in the coves.
Okay. How do you cook the fish?
We fillet the fish. We put it on sticks over a fire.
Okay. And tell me about the vegetables.
There's fruits, berries.
Are there any fruits or berries that you can name that you're familiar with?
Bananas. We make some sort of a dish where you ground up something like flour and cook that. I don't know what it is. And there's spices and herbs. It's good.
So does it become like a bread type thing?
No, some sort of a porridge.
Okay, I see. And you said vegetables?
Yes.
Do you know what vegetables you're eating?
Not really.
Okay. And do you know how you cook them?
Some of them are cooked over the fire, some of them are raw.
Okay. And so your entire tribe is there on the beach right now?
Yes.
Wonderful. And when you eat, where do you put your food? Or do you all eat out of a communal?
No, there's some sort of a plate, but we eat with our hands.
Mm-hmm. This meal, does it go late into the night?
Until we're all tired.
Okay. Allow those images to fade away. And I'd like you to tell me about your regular day and the things that you would do in the course of the day.
We make repairs on the huts, hunting, fishing, teaching the children how to hunt and fish.
And do you participate in that as well?
Of course.
Is there any difference in the activities between what you do and the rest of the men do?
I take so much time every day to keep my skills honed with my sword, with my weaponry. I practice daily.
What other weapons do you use?
Bow and arrow, sword, club.
So tell me about your connection with God and the wisdom that you receive. How do you connect?
Through prayer, through knowing, through feeling.
Is there a particular prayer that you say, or how do you pray?
I just ask God to come into my mind and to lead me, and that I have faith that He will.
And then what happens next? Describe the sensation that you get.
A knowing that if I'm doing things for the right purpose, I'll be rewarded.
Mm-hmm. And so what I'd like you to do is allow all of those images to fade away for a moment. And on the count of 3, you're going to move to the next significant day in that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you're seeing.
I'm getting married.
Oh, okay. Who are you marrying?
One of the women from the tribe that we rescued.
What is her name?
Eva.
And why did you select Eva as your wife?
The way she looked at me.
How was that?
With love and respect.
Okay. And how do you feel about her?
The same.
And is she younger than you or about the same age as you?
Maybe 10 years younger.
And how old are you now?
40.
What is a typical lifespan of your tribe's people?
60.
Okay. Has Eva had a partner before?
Yes, she has 2 children.
Okay. And was her husband killed?
Yes, they were all killed. And they treated their children and their women poorly.
I see. How old are her children now?
5 and 7.
So tell me about the day. Is there a ceremony?
Yes.
Describe it to me.
The whole village is there. I have brown hair and a brown beard, and I have flowers in my hair, and so does she. We're both wearing white robes. She's darker skinned than I am. I'm Caucasian, but I'm dark-skinned Caucasian. She's a darker color than I am.
Does she have brown skin?
Yes.
And how does the ceremony go?
All I can see is people surrounding us and much laughter and joy.
Is there a person that performs the marriage ceremony?
I don't know.
Okay. So move forward a little bit in time within the same day. And so once you're married, what happens after that?
We retire to the hut.
Is there any kind of celebration that happens before that?
The celebration was all day.
And so allow those images to fade. And I want you to move on the count of 3 to the next significant moment in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
I have to go away.
Why?
War.
With whom?
More bad people.
Is it a different tribe?
Yes.
And what's happening with them?
They're causing problems on the island. They're not living peacefully.
What have they done to your tribe?
Nothing yet, but they've hurt other people.
And what is your plan?
Going in boats. They will be destroyed.
Okay. What is your age now?
60.
Oh, so a lot of time has passed. Before you go to war, tell me about your life in the tribe. How were things before this happened?
Been very happy.
And your wife?
She as well.
And the children are grown now?
Yes, the 2 boys are going with me.
Okay. Did you have any more children with her?
No.
Okay. So go ahead and move forward in time to the time of the battle. And describe to me how you approach it and what happens.
We come by boat. There's a battle on the beach.
How is it going?
Not so well for me.
What happens?
I lead the battle. I fight hard. And then I'm stabbed. And I go down. I know that my time is there. I say goodbye to my sons and charge them with finishing the battle to avenge me.
And what do your sons do?
Win the battle. They're good men. Right always prevails.
Do you pass?
I must.
So I want you to move to the end of the battle. As the remaining warriors are standing or are there, what do they do?
They're standing around my body weeping. Gouda. My name meant godlike.
And do they say anything?
He was the Gouda. May he live forever.
Did you lose a lot of people in that battle?
We lost some. They lost more.
And did that battle bring peace back to your tribe, the island?
Yes.
And now that you leave the body behind, float above and look at everything from a soul perspective, feeling safe and comfortable. And I want you to become aware of where this island is located.
Maybe the South Pacific somewhere like Hawaii.
Okay. And as you're looking back at that life, become aware of what the sole purpose was for that life.
To be loving and compassionate, but fearless at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel that you achieved what you wanted to achieve?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now I want you to become aware of any souls that you were with in that life that are perhaps in your current life with you.
Mm-hmm. Ginger was my second wife.
Current wife?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The two boys were my two sons.
Okay.
The question is, where's my daughter?
Well, not every family member appears in every life, but you can become aware of whether she was there or not.
Mm-hmm. I think Carrie was Ginger's sister in the tribe.
Okay. So Eva's sister?
Yes.
Is there any lesson in that lifetime that you considered incomplete, or anything that you wanted to change in the future incarnations?
No, it was a life well lived.
Okay, good. So I want you to allow all of those images to fade away. And I wonder if you can feel as though you're drifting to the next, just drifting, and perhaps in a boat, floating and drifting. For you to look just at drifting and floating to the next appropriate. We're going to simply look, and when I count down, for you to look at and examine, and begin to become aware of where you find yourself. For you to look at appropriate time and find yourself standing on a surface. And I want you to tell me the first impression that you get. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what is happening and what you're experiencing.
I'm on a polar ice cap.
And I'd like you to look down at your feet and tell me what you're wearing.
Boots. Lots of warm animal skins.
What are the boots made of?
Seal.
Glance over your body and tell me what else is on your body.
Lots of fur. Lots of animal skins.
Is it sewn or shaped in any particular way, or is it
sewn, shaped with a hood over me?
Okay. And are you in a male or a female body?
Male.
Are you young or old?
30.
Okay. And do you consider that young?
Average.
Are you healthy?
Yes.
And tell me what you're seeing right around you.
Lots of snow and wind.
Okay.
Igloos. I feel like I'm an explorer.
And the igloos, they belong to whom?
To where we live.
So, are you part of the...
I'm the lead hunter.
Are you part of this group? You didn't come from the outside, you live there?
I think so. I'm just standing and looking at several of the igloos.
Okay. And can you describe them to me?
Round. Ice packed. I think I'm an Eskimo.
Okay.
I have a leathery face. Black hair. Very weathered looking.
Is there a particular reason why you're standing outside right now?
Surveying the weather.
And why are you doing that?
It's very severe, but I have no fear.
Is there something that you're planning to do that you need to know the weather for?
Hunt.
Okay. So is it too severe for the hunt?
For now.
And what do you hunt for?
Bear.
Polar bears?
Yes.
How many men does it take to hunt?
2 or 3.
What do you do with the meat when you bring it back?
We freeze it, eat it, use the hides for coats to sleep on.
And so what do you decide at this moment?
Weather is too severe.
Is it because of the wind?
Yes. Can't see anything. It's a whiteout.
And how long during the year do you have this kind of weather?
2 moons.
And then what happens?
The winds subside.
Does the snow go away?
No.
Is the snow there year round?
Most of the year.
Okay. And when the snow goes away, how long is that?
Not long. It's snowing most of the year.
Can you tell me more about your tribe or your village?
I don't see anything else.
How many igloos are there?
2 or 3.
Is that all of you, or are there more people?
I think it's just us.
And so what I'd like you to do is to imagine yourself standing in front of the place where you live on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. So describe to me what you see.
It's a roundish igloo. Very small.
How do you enter inside?
On your hands and knees.
And what's covering the entrance?
Animal skin.
Okay. So I'd like you to enter the igloo and tell me what you see inside.
My wife smiling.
Can you describe her to me?
Darker skin. The same eyes as my current wife. Kind eyes.
And what is she doing?
Sewing.
And what is she sewing?
Animal skins.
Okay. And look around. Tell me what you see inside of the house.
It's not a house, it's all ice.
Right. The igloo.
That's it.
And so what do you see on the ground?
Snow.
Do you sit right on the snow?
Yes, with animal skins.
Okay. So do you have animal skins covering the entire ground inside?
Yes.
And what else is inside?
Some wall markings.
What do they look like?
Pictures of animals that we paint on the walls.
And what do you use for paint?
The blood from the animal.
Does it stay long?
Yes. We move from place to place though.
And then do you build new igloos there?
Sometimes we live in the woods, depending upon the time of year.
And when you live in the woods, do you build any kind of shelter?
We build little shelters in the woods. We're on the move. We are hunters.
Why do you move?
For the kill.
Okay. Do you run out of animals in one area, or what is the reason?
There's different animals in different seasons. This is how we survive.
Mm-hmm. When you're in that igloo, do you see anything else other than the animal skins on the floor and the paintings on the walls?
No. It's not a very good existence.
All right. So how long have you been with your wife?
5 years.
Okay. And do you have any children?
No.
Do you want to have children?
I don't know. We're on the move too much. I don't know if it's the right thing to bring them into the world with the tough conditions that we live through.
Okay. Are there any children within your group?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We're hunters.
Are there other groups around that you're aware of?
No.
So how did you come together?
I don't know.
Okay. Allow those images to fade away. And on the count of 3, you're going to see yourself having a meal. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
Cooking seal over an open fire.
Are you outside?
Yes.
How are you able to start a fire in the middle of all this snow and wind?
We rub sticks together.
Okay. Is there anything else that you eat other than...
Berries, nuts.
Are you able to find them throughout the year? Or...
No, we store them.
Okay.
In the summer months, we store them. That's how we spend much of our time when we go into the woods, gathering for the winter.
I see. Do you dry them, or what do you do with them?
Everything's dried in the snow.
And so as you're eating your meal, is there anybody else with you?
My wife.
And who does the cooking?
We both do.
Okay. And when you eat, do you eat by yourselves or with other people?
We eat just the 2 of us usually.
Okay. Do you spend any time with the other hunters, the other families?
Mostly for the hunt. We stay to ourselves at night. We only get together because the numbers were greater in numbers for the big beasts.
So it sounds like you hunt seals as well.
Seal, polar bear. Sometimes we fish.
Okay. So I want you to allow those images to fade. And as I count to 3, you're going to move to the next significant event in that lifetime. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
I was fighting a polar bear by myself.
What happened? Why were you by yourself?
The others were chasing another piece of prey, and I was fighting the bear, big white bear. I was by myself.
How were you able to do that?
With a knife.
And are you hurt?
Yes. So was he.
Where are you hurt on your body?
The neck.
And what's happening now?
It's a violent fight between me and the bear. We both die.
So the others couldn't come back in time?
No, I die by myself. It was a good death.
So as you allow your soul to lift out of your body and hover above, looking down, just become aware of what's happening moments after your death.
The other hunters come upon the scene and they just keep moving. They're used to it. It's the way we live.
Do they take the bear?
No.
So why do they not take it if you were hunting?
Because they feel that the bear and the man fought to a gallant end, and that taking it would not be respectful to the spirit of either.
I see. Do they leave your body there?
They do.
Okay. And I want you to observe your wife as she hears the news. How does she react?
She cries.
And what happens to her afterwards?
She goes with the others.
Okay. I want you to look at this life from a spirit perspective and become aware of the purpose for that life. What did you want to learn or experience in that particular lifetime?
Self-survival in the hardest of circumstances.
Did you accomplish that?
Oh yes. And once a warrior, always a warrior.
Mm-hmm. And so that warrior spirit came through that life as well?
It's still with me.
Mm-hmm. And so I want you to, once again, look at the people that were important to you in that lifetime, perhaps your wife, and see if the soul of that person or any other souls are with you in your current life.
I don't think so.
Okay. So allowing all those images to fade away, leaving those people to continue on their journeys. I want all of the consciousness and personality of Craig to once again fully integrate back into the body. And I'd like to speak to Craig's higher self. Do I have permission to speak to Craig's higher consciousness?
Yes.
Can I ask you some questions?
Yes.
So I know that the higher consciousness could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Craig to see today. But you chose the lifetime of a warrior king and then a hunter in an Eskimo tribe. So can you explain to me why you picked those particular lifetimes?
Craig has always felt that he's had a warrior spirit. He didn't understand it. This was to show him he was right.
So I want to ask you about some of the incidents, some of the experiences that Craig has had in his life. I want to start with a dream that he had, a recurring dream of running in a jungle, feeling rage and defending his turf. And I wonder if you can bring him clarity to what that dream was about.
This was from his days as the warrior king. There were times where he had to be in the jungle on guard and he had fear. But then when it came to a threat to his people, the fear turned into rage and the rage turned into action by going through the leaves and the jungle to become the hunter, not the hunted.
So he had the experience of running on all fours. Is there a significance to that?
He is much like the gorilla, who is a gentle creature and less challenged. It is part of the gorilla spirit.
So he has also had some fear of large ships. And I wonder if you can show him if it's connected to any past experiences, so he can understand where the discomfort comes from.
He was on the Titanic, but I see no reason in going back there as it would be painful.
Okay. He doesn't have to go there, and you don't have to show him that. But just give him enough of a sense to understand who he was, and did he die on the ship?
He was an aristocrat, a man of great wealth and power.
Okay.
And he ended up dying, and what he realized is his money and his power couldn't save him.
Mm-hmm. And was that his last life before the current one, or was there another one in between?
There was another.
Can you help him now release that fear? Can you allow the soul memory of that death to recede into the background?
He has no memory of the death.
Right. Not the conscious one.
This has been done to protect him.
Right. And so as this experience recedes into the background of his subconscious memory, can he release the phobia of the ships?
Yes.
Wonderful. I want to ask you about some of the experiences that he had when he was a college senior. He got really sick and had sort of transcendental moments of clarity, of seeing energy, of understanding the universe. Can you help him understand that time in his life and what was happening to him?
I can try. As you know, our spirit is one, and we live many lives at one time. Mm-hmm. Many of these lives, if not all, are illusions, controlled by an energy field. Mm-hmm. What Craig saw and had a glimpse of was the energy field as his human mind could understand it. This was a glimpse in advance of the books he would read in years to come to validate that there was much more going on in the universe than is being taught by today's schools and churches. He had a glimpse. Mm-hmm. He is a very spiritual being.
And is there any information that he received at that time that he wasn't able to hold on to that you can bring back to him?
It's not necessary at this time.
Okay. Why was it associated with the time that he was sick?
He was more open to receive the message in the rundown state he was in.
Okay.
That there was something more going on than met the eye in life.
Okay. Thank you. Now, going back in time a little bit, when he was 10 years old, he believes he had an encounter with a silver craft, an identified object in the sky. Can you tell him if that was something that he actually experienced?
Nobody else could see it. He did. It again was a glimpse. It was a glimpse in that there are more things in heaven and earth that are dreamt about. We gave him a glimpse.
What was he seeing exactly?
A spacecraft.
Whose spacecraft?
People, aliens, not from this world.
Okay. Does he have any ongoing connection with them?
No.
Did he meet them in person at that time or any other time in his life?
I don't know.
Well, the higher self would know, so just allow it to access that information, because I believe you can answer that question for him. Does he have any ongoing connection with any alien beings in this lifetime, whether knowing or unknowing?
No. He is too much of this world.
Okay. And so I wonder if you can actually help him understand the purpose that he selected for this lifetime. What is it that he wanted to experience this time around?
Achievement.
Achievement in what area or in what way?
Achievement in creating business, in creating a family, a well-rounded man, making something out of nothing.
Okay. And he is succeeding in that purpose, isn't he?
He is.
Good. So I want to take you now to the tree incident when he was with one of his sons. And he was about to run into the tree and perhaps meet his death. but instead he found himself on the other side of the tree, completely safe. Can you give him an understanding and clarity on what happened in that moment?
He knows the answer.
And what is the answer?
His higher self, me, moved time. He decided this isn't the way he wanted to go. So time was altered, and he was spared through his higher decision about not wanting to exit the planet in this manner.
Was that an optional exit time for him?
Yes, there are many.
Okay. And I also want to ask about Holly. Before passing, she talked about developing a school in the next lifetime. And she told Craig that he would be involved in it. So first of all, I want to ask you if you can help us connect with Holly, if the soul of Holly is available to come forward.
She is, if Craig is willing.
Wonderful. So I want to ask Craig if he's willing to meet with Holly's soul right now.
Yes.
So I'd like you to imagine the two of you coming together in spirit. As you come forward, just feel each other's presence and greet each other in a way that feels most appropriate and most loving. And tell me what you're experiencing.
Love. We were very different.
And how does she appear now?
Happy, finally.
I want you to go ahead and let her share any message that she has for you.
She's saying I wasn't crazy. I was just different. And that she understands now why I couldn't understand her. Although she loves what I did for her. And she appreciates me.
And so what about her plans for the school?
She has a school for the young in another realm.
Is Craig involved in that?
Part of him is.
Is Holly currently incarnated in another life on Earth?
No.
Is she still in spirit?
No. She is not of this world. She's of another.
So she does not plan to return to Earth?
Of course not. It would be beneath her.
Okay. And what is she teaching in that school in a different realm?
Many things. Understanding of the spirit, psychology, if you will.
And what is Craig's involvement in that, or part of his soul?
As you know, spirit is multifaceted. It can be in many places at one time. Mm-hmm. This part of Craig is with Holly. It offers his organizational abilities to help her.
Wonderful. And as you look at her, I wonder if she has any message for any remaining relatives here on Earth.
Tell Alex he is the one. Told you so. Don't feel bad that you weren't there for me when I died. I know you tried to get there. I know you were busy. I love you. Thank you what you did for me.
So go ahead and give her your love. And as you know that you will continue to work together, just allow that image to fade away. And I thank the higher self very much for allowing that encounter to take place.
You are welcome.
I'd like you now to do a body scan of Craig's body, and I'd like you to start at the top of his head, noticing anything that is out of balance and that needs attention, and point it out to me as you see it.
He is very healthy.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything at all that needs attention?
He needs to exercise more.
And can you help him with the motivation?
The warrior. He knows. And he's going to have to limit his drinking or give it up.
Okay. And can you help him understand why he's drinking?
He likes it.
Can you help him right now to cut the connection with that association?
He has to do that.
Well, you're his guiding source.
He would be better without it. He's very powerful. He can do it.
Now, does he right now feel and understand what he needs to do?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to intensify that knowing, that understanding within him right now, so that it rings through him. He can feel that power of the warrior and know that he can do this on his own.
Yes.
Wonderful, thank you. Is there any parting message that you have for Craig? Anything that you want to tell him directly?
Your dad loved you very much. He thanks you for always talking to him and taking care of your mother. He is proud of you.
And is it his dad that comes to him? Is that the blue jay?
Yes. It always has been and it always will be.
Thank you. So now I'm going to ask the higher consciousness to recede to where it belongs. With much love and thanks for the help and information that it has given us today.